What's up, YouTube, Facebook? It's Anthony from Meineke Cinnaminson. So I want to show you some common issues with brake hoses over a period of time. So this is a metal clamp that the manufacturer crimps around the hydraulic hose. And there's two on this one. So most commonly, if you've ever restricted brake hose, and it has metal brackets like this, what's happening is the rust and dirt and shit that builds up around the clamp area acts like a line clamp. Alright, so what that does is squeeze against the brake hose and pinches it off. So what happens is when it's warm out, this is still kind of soft and expandable. When it gets cold, you may wind up with a wheel locking up. And I'll give you a closer look to it so you can actually see how squeezed down the corrosion and the metal clamp we're doing to the brake hose. In some cases, you can loosen these clamps and restore the flow of brake fluid back to the caliper. So when you apply the brake pedal, it pushes fluid. Okay, and hydraulic pressure may be strong enough to push it past the restriction, but then it's squeezing the caliper on because the fluid can't flow back. And this is all environment and condition pending, but on this specific one, it's cold outside and the brake hoses were hanging up, and this has two clamps, and you can see where, right here, the worst part of this, but you can see all the corrosion on the hose, which was causing it. So in some cases you can just loosen this clamp, relieve the pressure from the corrosion, and do it in both areas, and get the fluid moving back and forth the way it's supposed to. Always do a restriction test if you're going to do it by loosening these brackets. If not, replace the hose assembly. But most commonly, brake hose restrictions are from the clamping area. I've also seen where they're just worn out inside as well, but not in this case.